Hey guys, just me checking in. Trying to get that glare off of my head. I look like I have a halo. Anyway, you like my new haircut? Cut my hair. Anyway, so it is Friday night, and we're hopefully going to get home tomorrow, but not sure because he still has the nerve block in his leg, and as far as I can tell, they haven't started weaning him off that yet. So we're not sure what his pain level is going to be like, and we're going to ask him to keep him until his pain's under control, because we're not going to get frickin' 30 miles or 40 miles away and not be able to control his pain and have to come back. So if it's not under control by tomorrow, we're going to ask to stay till Sunday, but otherwise he's doing good. If you can kind of see him. Which way am I moving? That way. He's watching a movie. But he's doing good, other than the pain in his leg. He's doing good. He's really tired because he has this really loud alarm thing that goes off, his O2 alarm, and it's really stupid because as soon as it hits 89, okay, so it goes off and wakes him up, so he hasn't been able to sleep a whole lot. But other than that, he's doing good. He's in good spirits. I snuck him up some food. The hotel food's okay, or the not hotel food, the hospital food's okay. But I snuck him up some food. Not that I snuck it, but I brought it up. Also, I did find one juice bar in this town, and it has fresh fruits and veggie juices. It's got like smoothies and some other not so fresh stuff, but so that we did that. I'm gonna grab some of that for lunch again tomorrow. But I've had a hotel room. It's kind of funny because I got a hotel room for this day, and they told us yesterday, well, that I could have been rooming in with him. It's included in his room. So I'm kind of a little upset about that because we spent money on a hotel. But what do you do? I only have it for my last night is tonight. So if he does end up staying till Sunday, I'll stay in here with him. And I swear to God, if the alarm goes off while I'm here, I will throw that thing out the window. So we're gonna put earplugs in. Ugh, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to put a couple of videos that we shot yesterday. Well, actually one yesterday and the one. No, actually I shot 2 yesterday and 1 today. The ones I got yesterday, it's going to be him checking in. And then when I was waiting for him to come up last night, I did a little video, so I'll put that on there. And then I'll put the video that I did earlier this morning. I kind of recapped everything that went on yesterday. So that for you guys. And then at the end I have a picture of, I'll put a picture of what I wrote on his leg too. I think you guys saw that, but I'll put that on there. And then at the end, I got a really pretty sunset picture from his room, so I'll put that on the end. So those are the videos that are coming up, and I'm going to see if I can get Nate to say hi to you guys. So here, hold on. You say hi. See, he's still alive. Alright, so I'm going to put those videos up. Enjoy! So Nate's checking into the hospital right now. Handed me his keys and said, I'm going to put these in retirement for a little while. But anyway, so here he is. Checking in. He asked me what his patient number was. He guessed all but like 2 numbers. Man is awesome with numbers. Anyway, just checking in. Hey guys, so it is actually 7:45, and Nate didn't get out of surgery until about 6:20. He went down to pre-op at about 1:15, and he didn't get into surgery until about 3:15 to 3:40. So I'm just waiting for him to come back upstairs. He should be out of recovery in the next 45 minutes or so. But anyway, he has a private room, which is nice, and I've met his nurse, who's also very nice. And yeah, so that's where we're at now. But anyway, so yeah, he's a really nice room. Yeah, big room. We got chairs and toilet with the hugest toilet I have ever seen in my life. Nurse brought that in a little bit ago for him, but I'm sitting here by the window. Let's see if I can get it to adjust. For outside, there's a parking ramp. But I should have probably, that's a building next door. I don't know if y'all can see. You probably can't see. Hey guys, so sorry we didn't get a video up last night. It got to be a really freaking long day. Hold on, let me turn the radio down. But anyway, we got to the hospital at like 9:30 when they told us to check in, and we sat there literally until 1:15 was when they took him down to pre-op. So and I felt bad for him because he had to fast, and he couldn't have anything to eat after midnight. So he went from midnight till like 1:15 without eating. You know what I mean? Really not that long of a time, but I still felt bad for him, Anyway, so then he leaves at 1:15, and I went and grabbed lunch, and I got back, and they had his room ready for him in the upstairs for when he came back from surgery. So I went up there, and I waited, and about 3:15, the lady that gives you the updates comes in, and she said, "Oh, I just wanted to let you know that they just started his surgery." 3:15, they just started his surgery. And we got there at 9:30 in the morning. Seriously, what the heck? So, then at 3:15, he went in or whatever, and then she left at like 5:30, so she goes, "Well, I'll give you an update before I leave." So she came in at about 5:15, called down there to see if they had any news, and all they said was, it was going good, things were on schedule, and yeah, so that was 5:15, and then I would say about 5:30, quarter to 6, the nurse came in and said she hadn't heard anything else, but if I haven't heard anything by 7, just to go to the nurse's station, and they would call down there and check again. So actually it was like 20 after 6, the doctor actually called me, and he said, we're done. And then they were like putting a splint on his leg at that time. So he goes, but the surgery went well, and everything looked good. So surgery went good. That was 6:20. Then he goes that they would go down to recovery for a couple hours, make sure that he wakes up okay, and that his pain is managed, and he can hold his oxygen and all that stuff. So I expected him in the room probably, that was at 6, so I expected him out there about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Well, 9 o'clock came, and I didn't hear anything. And then some lady from the recovery room came up with some machine or whatever they were going to hook him to, and she goes, well, he's been delayed, he has to stay down there longer. Well, when you hear that and they're in recovery, it's like, okay, well, what happened, what's going on, And I asked her that, and she was, well, I don't know, and I said, well, how long, before he'll come up? Well, I don't know that either. And I'm like, I blew a nut on the poor lady. I'm like, nobody seems to know what's going on. You don't know why he's down there longer. He was supposed to be here like a half hour ago, and, I want to know what's going on. And she kind of like left in a hurry. I think she thought I was going to beat her, which I probably would have, but I controlled myself. But, anyway, so she left, and that was like 9. And then 9:15, she must have went and told Nate's nurse. 9:15, the nurse comes in, and she goes, well, I can't remember if she said she went down there or called down there, but she's like, yeah, I went down there, and they're keeping him down there longer because when he dozes off, his O2 level goes down. And then she didn't really say what it went down to, but it must have been pretty low that they would keep him down there. And I don't know if you guys know what O2 is. It's the saturation of oxygen in your blood. Usually, you want high 90s to 100%. And then if the O2 drops, that means that your breathing has slowed, or you're not pulling in enough oxygen when you're breathing to get it into your bloodstream. So anyway, so his O2 was low when he dozed off, so they wanted to keep him and monitor him for that. And then she said she still didn't know, they didn't know how long or whatever. So what was it like? It was probably only like 15-20 minutes later, I get a call from the recovery, and it's the recovery nurse, and she goes, you know, this is what's going on. And she told me the same thing the nurse did. And she goes, it'll probably be like another hour or so. And that was at 9:30. And I'm like, okay. Well, and you know, again, I felt really bad for Nate because he hasn't eaten again since, you know, midnight the night before. And now he's down in recovery and whatever. Anyway, so, and she goes, and if it goes longer than an hour, I'll call you back. And then she's like, Nate would like to talk to you. So I thought that was kind of cool that he wanted to talk, you know. Then I found out later that actually, when he actually got up to his room, is he had asked what time it was. And when they told him it was like 9 o'clock, you know, he's like, wow, that's a long time. And then he had, the nurse asked if he wanted to call his wife. And he said, yeah. So that's how he ended up talking to me. But he was really groggy when he was talking to me. But, I mean, he answered questions. So, I mean, I knew he was okay because I asked him, you know, I said, look on your monitor, what's your O2 at right now? And it was at like 92 or 96. I can't remember when he was talking to him. And, you know, and he was telling me what his blood pressure was. And, I mean, he just sounded really groggy, but he was like with it enough to answer questions. So, that was pretty good. So that was like 9:30. So then 10:30 was the hour, and I thought, well, I haven't heard from the nurses downstairs, so he must be coming. And then it was probably just a little bit after that, his actual nurse came in, floor nurse, and she's like, yep, he's on his way up. So he actually got to his room at about 11:15, you know, 11 o'clock, right around there. So it was a really long day, and he was still having, from what I could see on his monitor, he was still having a few issues with O2. Like when he would doze off, his breathing would get really, really slow. And I think the lowest O2 I saw was 82, which isn't good, but it's not terrible. I've seen, you know, when visiting people in intensive care and stuff, I've seen O2s down lower than that. But anyway, so that's the deal. That's the long story as to what happened last night. He kind of was not with it last night when he came up. You know, he was really tired, so he was kind of in and out of sleep, and they had to take his vitals every hour. So I was like, every time he fell asleep, he goes, it's like they know I fall asleep. Oh, I can't turn over there. Geez, people in this town drive like fucking idiots. Oops, sorry. Pardon my French. Anyway, so he goes, yeah, I think they knew every time I fell asleep because they would have to come take my vitals. But yeah, so I totally lost my train of thought because I just about got rear-ended by the guy behind me. These people drive like morons. That's one of the morons right there. Anyway, yeah, so then I went back to the hotel that I'm staying at, and I got an email from him at like 4:45 this morning that said, I'm feeling better, my leg still hurts, you know, as the pain, you know, from his surgery or whatever. He goes, better than that, I'm feeling really good. And he goes, but they have me on an all liquid diet. And he goes, I really want an omelet. I thought that was cute. But anyway, so I'm actually driving there now. I'm gonna go park in the parking ramp, and yeah, I'm gonna go up and see him, and I'll probably take some video if he's feeling up to getting videoed. But, and I'll try to get a video up this morning yet, so at least on my channel. I'll try to get something onto Nate's channel too. But I will see you guys later.